Can y'all hear me now?
No. Okay.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me now? Okay. I will have to add myself to the stream to be heard. So I said a lot. So let's go ahead and start this over, and let's start from the top. Peace, 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 peace. So I said a lot, so I'm gonna reiterate some of the things that I was saying. Hopefully that was just like a nice little test run, dry rehearsal. But peace to everybody who stay here, stick with me, and all of that. Peace to you, Prime Harmonic. Peace to everybody on the chat. Today we'll be discussing the full moon in Aquarius, which takes place September 2nd, 2020. I really want to be clear about this message. So, in the hopes of being clear, I will open up a Zoom after I kind of get through with this presentation and open up the floor for questions. I feel like questions allow for fuller, more rational, and reasonable engagement when referencing astrology. I want to reference like cosmological things, but then bring it to a practical understanding, and then utilizing the modality of language in the fact that we all have different variations for how this energy expresses itself, but we all have a foundational cosmic language for which we all can apply it no matter what we are doing in this space or time. So really want to give a ashe and, a big up to the divine feminine, the goddesses of the world who create life and usher life throughout in and out of this matrix. We do appreciate you and give honor and thanks and, much ashe to all the mothers in the universe. And I will also give a big ashe to all of the fathers, all of the divine masculine. This weekend we did a show, another show, and it was great to, I read women 99% of the time, but generally that 1% of men that get a reading are really divine masculine energies. And that's really a beautiful thing to see, for men to not open up in the ways for which, they, when they say, your feminine side, and we think of something derogatory, but in the space of opening up that spiritual side, in the space of you are spiritual too, my bro. So shout out to all the men who, might feel as though it is important to be masculine. I'm here to say it's important to be divine masculine. Understand why you are masculine in support of the divine feminine, and vice versa. It's a reciprocal thing for which we all exist on. So, in a deeper sense, we're referencing the Aquarian age. I will have a video on Wednesday that deals with the Oya Shango energy when we reference Aquarius as well. And that would be the Lovecraft Country episode 3, but that happens on Wednesday, so make sure you watch it so I don't spoil it for you, right? And another thing, we're referencing Sidereal Astrology, and the reason why we're referencing Sidereal Astrology is because we're referencing the present moment. Generally, Western astrology is like getting in that car, which is nothing wrong with it. I would say it would allow you to get on time at least, right? When you get in the car and it's 20 minutes fast, you know, And it might create a different type of stress as well. Like, oh shit, I'm late. Oh no, I'm not late. I'm early. And then you have to kind of wait for these energies to kind of subside or exist. So when I started off doing astrology, I really wanted to be on the forefront. I wanted to predict things. I wanted to see in the future and things of that nature. However, I just want to be present. I want to enjoy this moment because no moment is greater than the next. This moment is the greatest moment in your life right now. So your ability to acknowledge that and really wrap your arms around the fact that there is no future moment where life gets better. Oh, welcome to the Aquarian Age, ladies and gentlemen. I am your lovely host, the Hood Mystic, representing www.hoodmystic.com. I do appreciate everybody being here. Let me just say that. And give me 1 second. Okay. So yeah, let me do it right. Yeah, I like that right there. That's a little better. All right. That's a little better. All right. So shout out to y'all. ColumbianExchange.com is the website where you would get all of the books, all of the lectures, all of the clothes, all of the drip, everything. ColumbianExchange.com, or you can go to www.hoodmystic.com, which is more of an overview, more of a web of who I am, what I've produced over the years, testimonials, how you would schedule a reading, so forth and so on. So hoodmystic.com, more personal. ColumbianExchange.com if you want to get into the marketplace with your boy. And of course, we have more things coming there, and we updating that site almost daily. So appreciate everybody being here. Without a further ado, let's get on with the conversation. So like I said, we will have a tapped in portion. So if you have a pen or paper, if you have a notebook and you want to kind of keep track of this information, be sure to kind of write down questions, and I'll upload the Zoom link after this so you can come right in the Zoom link and ask that question. I want you guys to ask questions in relation to the astrology breakdown so you can understand what I'm trying to say. And if I'm able to answer your question, then we're able to go a little bit deeper. You're able to change your life. Just a subtle turn towards the direction of clarity. I put out books in reference to astrology. Now you have to open your mind up to kind of learn new information. Like over this weekend, I had kind of like, I know that my books aren't really relatively easy as much as I try to make them easy. And I know I'm not going to be able to win every battle. However, we are present, and I have to be recharged of some sort, ladies and gentlemen, because of course, I'm here, I'm present, I'm more or less upbeat. I've discussed, and if you've been on my channel, you dealt with me, you probably had a long conversation with me at some point or another, whether it's through a reading, whether it's through an email thread. And I'm not always upbeat and with it. Sometimes I'm questioning everything. Sometimes things aren't going as good as I hope that they will go, as much work as I've done, right? So with that being said, I needed a little pick me up. I needed a little boost. And so what I got from this actual study is a little boost in combination with the dream world, in combination with the study, in combination with all of my friends and family to, provide that support, provide that time and space and energy to allow me to even do this research. Because let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen, I have 4 small children. So in theory, I ain't really supposed to be able to do a damn thing besides, cradle children. But, with the love and support that I get from my family will allow me to contribute to my greater purpose. And for that, I'm very, very thankful. And let's just get into this build because I done beat y'all ears up long enough. So we're dealing with the energy of Sun and Leo. The energy of Sun and Leo is very, very passionate, very much engaged in your body. So we're dealing with the solar plexus chakra at the end of the month, the 19th and 20th. Be prepared for some art by Wednesday. Be prepared to, sign up by Wednesday. Okay. But with that being said, this is awakening very much of a deeper purpose in my overall life. And let me just pause 1 second. Thank you, Quinita. If I'm pronouncing that right, I do appreciate that purchase. And, none of those books are easy, right? But those books actually work. So I would appreciate any type of feedback, emailing me, joining the Slack group if you're interested. But we just really want to, engage these materials. I want you to reprogram your subconscious mind. That's not a slogan. I want you to take control of your life from a spiritual aspect. Because the spiritual aspect is how you actually take control of your life. You don't take control of your life from a surface point of view. So the another thing, because I'm dealing with this actual sun in Leo, and it's really centered in your personal passion. And when you actually look at the landscape of what you want to do, you'll see other people doing the same exact thing that you're doing. And how that affects you is very, very important, especially if they're good. Because if they're good, you might feel a little self-doubt. Am I good enough? I seen somebody who had, I remember when they had 500 subscribers, right? I was one of the people that was like, yo, and now they got 100,000 subscribers, and and it made me kind of, not in a disrespect to her, because I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy for her. Like, she deserves 1 million subscribers, right? Beyond that, I was thinking about me, like, what does that say about my growth? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing wrong? And so that creates a deeper level of what the fuck, and needing more of a pick me up to just continue. Or, should I just, get a job at Amazon and deliver packages or something? Like, what do I need to do? Because I'm down to do whatever it takes for my spiritual journey to continue. However, for my spiritual journey to continue, I may have to take a rest stop. May have to look at the GPS, recalibrate, do a wheel alignment, do an oil change, because a nigga been rolling for a very, very long time, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't necessarily know if I done the spiritual maintenance. Is my passion truly my passion? So there's a lot of shit that I program myself to think, a lot of things that I program myself to do. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is, am I sincerely aligned with my passions? And I ask that to you guys in reference to the sun being in Leo, and how are you dealing with this energy? Because if you are not in lockstep with your passion, then you feeling the tension. However, if you asking yourself this question, then you may not be. I will send you the link, Quinita. I will send you the link as soon as this video is done. Just email me and say, bruh, what's up with the Slack? Put me in the Slack group, hoodmystic@gmail.com. Okay? And I'll put you right in. So, yeah. And that's for anybody, hoodmystic@gmail.com, if you want to be in the Slack. If you're trying to be in the Slack and get it popping, right? If you're trying to, ask questions and get involved, email me at hoodmystic@gmail. I want to join the Slack. You can't be a fly in the wall. It's not a space for that. It's a space for engagement. It's a space for, talking. So back to the sun and second decan of Leo. Really, truly finding your passion. And the moon will trigger and re-trigger and untrigger and give you an itchy trigger finger. Just trigger this actual question. And do you have the answer? Come on, fam. I hope your mom is listening. I really do hope your mom is listening. Because you're not coming in here. You're not coming in here because you're going to want to watch Blues Clues. You're going to want to watch Bow on the Go. You're going to watch Motown Magic. And this is a workspace right now. It ain't for that. Ashe. Much appreciation to the mothers and the divine feminines in the world, allowing for growth and expansion. Ashe. So yeah. The moon, and we'll talk about this in the next slide. We'll get into the nitty gritty of the sun and the moon's just juxtaposition A full moon is not a favorable time. Why are full moons not favorable times? Because the moon and the sun are opposite, right? So the sun is our expression, the moon is our subconscious mind. By default, these things are opposite by their cosmological positions. They don't have to be, but this is the reason why we reference astrology, because common knowledge, education, liberal arts would teach you that you are individual and how you react to your society, which would be your twin. Your twin is your society, your home, your car, your overall standing in politics, your overall status in society. This for which is who you are. When we get into astrology, we are now broken up into many different pieces where we have our expression in our subconscious mind. And if our subconscious mind is in the root of a lie and our expression is in the root of a lie, then you can understand the actual tension that this presents. It presents a tug of war, and the opposition must be resolved. And it's very hard to kind of deal with astrology because it keeps no record. So it's not a referenceable kind of topic. It's more of a, it matters now. It matters when it happens, because once this energy moves, we'll be dealing with different energy aspects, patterns, and things of that nature that we will have to address at that particular point. Right? So full moons present tension. And this is not something that you got to tell me. This is something that you have to tell yourself. Is my subconscious mind in lockstep with my expression? And you can't tell me that you're going to McDonald's and being the front end cashier, but you have the subconscious mind of a talented seamstress or singer or designer or engineer or mathematician or astronomer, or all of these particular aspects of your mind, which are so beautiful, but you're allowing your expression to not be in this space of passion. Hopefully that makes sense. However, we will be opening up the Zoom so we guys can, have a chat. I don't understand what you mean by subconscious mind and expression. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. We can elaborate on it, okay? So the sun has a real strong aspect to Uranus. The moon has a real strong aspect to Uranus. And this is sextile. The moon is sextile Uranus. And the sun is trine Uranus. Okay? So these represent... So this is all second decan energy. This is all bridge energy. This is all liminal energy. This is all that montage in the movie where you getting your shit together. Right? You are doing the things that you need to do so you can ride off in the sunset. Without this actual climactic part, without this montage, without this background information where you're doing the things and then you're coming out like, look at me, I'm sexy now. This is that time for that. But in that montage, you're not sitting there pontificating. You're not sitting there waiting. You're not sitting there, planning or brainstorming. All of that was previous energies. This energy today is that energy of full-fledged get into it. So another way that we understand this is that Uranus is in the secondaries of Aries, and that tarot card is my favorite card, the Three of Wands. The title of that card in the Thoth Tarot deck is Virtue. And I see a lot of people getting on that Thoth energy and things of that nature. We can bear witness that I've been on this Thoth energy for years. So I digress, because I ain't even going to get on that. I'm going to be very, very focused on the root energies, because we can deal with the effects of the root energies and sensationalize the root energies and not go nowhere with this spiritual shit, right? It's real easy to look at the surface and create spiritual narratives. However, what I'm trying to do is for us to look at the spiritual first, like create our reality first. Don't be a victim of other people doing magic on your ass. So we deal with the energy of virtue. Are you a god on YouTube? Are you a god on Facebook But then you yes or no sir when you get to work. Yes sir. No sir. But no, when you on YouTube, when you on Facebook, is I'm a king, I'm a god. You know, all of these particular things. And when it comes to really manifesting in the marketplace, really uniting with your divine feminine and your divine masculine, taking care of your children, that shit is kind of, you know, we don't want to talk about that. You know, just treat me like a god, treat me like a goddess, right? And the actual work of the goddess shit and the god shit, the divine masculine shit and the divine feminine shit is no actual tangible effort to it. And Uranus is a slow moving planet, meaning you got time to be who you want to be. But if you sitting and pontificating and you sitting and thinking and waiting and hoping and wishing and listening to Dionne Warwick on repeat, right? Right? Or you are centered in who you are through action. And maybe you do not know what that action is, but you are deeply researching and educating on what it is that you are attempting to be through action. And it could be far-fetched. But the reason why this has to take place, because I could say, you know, you telling me all this manipulating the matrix shit, hood. Okay, well then I'm going to the NBA. All right, I'm writing in my journal, NBA, new moon, hood, setting intentions. Okay, my intention is to join the Toronto Raptors. You said be specific. I want to start at point guard. I'm averaging 18.2 points a game, 11 assists. How many steals? 3 steals, because I want to be defense. I want to at least be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Mind you, I'm not out on the court. I ain't shot a J, but I bought your book, Hood, 2222. I should be in the NBA. What's up, Hood? I'm not in the NBA. I've been actually following your book down to a T. I've been in my lunar log, fam. I've been in the lunar log. What's going on, Hood? It's not working for me. I need my money back. First, you can get your money back, and 2, you need to actually be out at the gym, too. You got to have some actual talent and ability to kind of push you to that actual point. It's not a magic secret pill. However, you can program yourself through your actions. That's the magic. So, of course, all right, I'm waking up in the morning, going to a job I hate. I'm doing the action work, Hood. What's up? See, the sun's still in Leo. You still have to be very true to your passions. And your passions, oh my G, they get a little bit more suspect. They get a little bit more deeper as Venus transits into the energy of Cancer now. We love the second deacon of Cancer, the first deacon of Cancer as well. We love all of the deacons in Cancer. Let's just keep it 100, right? Love, abundance, and wealth. I'll take it. I'll take all of it. I'll take love, abundance, and wealth. Give me all of this Cancer energy. However, when Cancer energy is opposed change, uh-oh. But good for me. Knock on wood, because I got a wife that's very understanding of love and moon and Cancer love, right? Her moon is in Leo, so we can have some form of a reference and understanding of our subconscious mind may be slightly deeper than the average, and we can kind of brace for the different changes for which we don't, dread or, I would hate to see if you found somebody else, Kyrie, because you would leave me and these 4 children. Like, we've already established, like, that's not going to happen. So if I meet somebody else, it's either going to be an extension of my family or it's just not going to exist, right? So therefore, the expectation of love becomes something that we can talk about. Oh, you guys would make a great couple. Like, you should talk to her. But it's opposed, the energy is opposed Saturn and Pluto right now, babe. And these energies is all going retrograde right now. So, I'm a chill on that, because what presents itself as a beautiful situation is also presented itself with limits. she actually got a baby by one of my sworn enemies. So I don't know how that's going to play out. Like, I know it's cool now, but she take a selfie with my ass. Now that dude is going to be like, where's my kid? You know what I'm saying? And that's drama that I don't really. So it's, but that's irony for your ass. Cause my wife right that we would make a bomb ass friendship at the very least. But it's limits and parameters and shit that, okay, you know, black Jesus, white Jesus, work it out. Let's wait until Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto kind of reset and realign and go back direct. Because right now, we got Chiron retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, right? Uranus retrograde. So this means that the higher consciousness is resetting and reevaluating. And I don't know if y'all ever been like anxious for something or like at a play or somewhere or even at a movie and all right, the goddamn you at the goddamn the previews or whatever. And like 5 previews deep, you start to get excited. Like once this preview start, the feature presentation is bound to start. Like so in that bated breath of waiting, you know, you can kind of expect that, okay, love is in the air. Love, I can see love. We can discuss love. And once again, a lot of people might be not in the space to be as open as we are about love and things of that nature, which is cool. But I suggest you get there, right? Because it's very difficult to live your life in the space of a marriage and not explore different options within that marriage. Like if you are in a marriage and you can't live to see your partner with somebody else, then that's a long time to for a person to suppress their natural needs to express and be abundant in their love. So hopefully that ain't scare y'all too bad, but as Venus really transits Cancer and Leo, like these are very steamy, loving, abundant times that men deal with. Like certain men, they just deal with it all the time, especially if you align to your purpose. And you don't gotta be the biggest dude. You can be skinny, you can be fat, you can be short, you can be tall, you can be whatever. But if you are aligned with your purpose, my G, you are a magnet for feminine energy, right? They just swarm on you like bees, right? Right? And it's a reason for that. What do you have to do in that space? You have to stay focused on that purpose. Because everything that's meant to be magnetized to you and stick, or it's supposed to be there. But everything that magnetizes to you and bounces off once they realize you ain't for the flim flam, you about your purpose, which they gonna do, right? 90% of them gonna bounce right off of you once they see that you ain't for the flim. So really find your purpose out here. Really find your passion. And Venus going through Cancer and Leo, this is not something that's going to stop. This is something that's going to strengthen. And as we deal with this deacon astrology, we'll understand some deeper aspects of love and sex and how none of these things actually stop. They actually continue. The mating process, the pheromones, the hormones, and these particular things, they are going to ascend a different level because what's really been happening with this COVID-19 and this isolation, it's just been a big buildup of sexual energy. So really kind of acknowledge that and really expect for a big change in how you live your life as these energies begin to go direct. What would feel like a prison sentence, and of course, y'all know, like in January, I was trying to tell y'all how to bid. I was doing the daily energy readings. I have to go back to my references, but yeah, I was telling y'all how to live and bid correctly, right? You bid correctly by really having a purpose, really having a focus, really having a concentration. So really, really get prepared for major changes, which will happen. Well, it's the 31st, so it's September, you know, middle of September into October into November. a lot of these planets go direct, and a lot of these higher energies begin to set themselves correct. So we'll talk about what I mean by that in a deeper slide. So yes. We're dealing with Deacon Astrology, and Deacon Astrology is where we relate tarot to astrology to give us a deeper understanding. Because generally, when we look at stars in the sky, we're just looking at stars in the sky, and just stars in the sky have no relative or relatable meanings to how we go about our day to day. However, when we keep track, or spiritually, we keep track and monitor, and in order for to keep these things carried on, we create stories, we create art, we create cards of some sort, flashcards that help us remember, okay, when the sun is in this deacon, this generally means this. When the moon is in this deacon, this generally means this, that, and the third. So, with that being said, we are referencing the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Air. I really like this deck. I use this deck a lot. It's the Erotic Tarot. You can get it on Amazon for like $25. And I like the visuals to these cards basically because it's dealing straight with sex. And me, sex is one of those things that are very interesting to me, to say the least. And because of that, I've learned to incorporate sex within my spiritual practices over time. I've grown into it. So, in a deeper sense, one would say, what is the greatest magic that melanated people can actually do to really help them grow and expand their overall worldview? And then it's like, the best healing for us is sex magic. Well, that comes with a whole bunch of caveats, right? The different caveats that it comes with is different for different people. You got to really be informative and clear and transparent about these types of things. And say, for instance, you are able to establish an open and communicative bond with a person, that you create a code or a symbology where eye contact means this syllable means that, this phrasing means this. And when I orgasm, you visualize the sigil, right? When you orgasm, you visualize this symbol. And we'll harmonize our moans together. We'll harmonize our breathing patterns. And everything we do has a specific harmony and intention. From that perspective, all things can manifest. Why? Because you have the divine feminine and the divine masculine in full love and embrace. And I say all of that to say, very few of us are experiencing that. So in order to get to that place, there is a level of struggle and challenge that comes to really communicating and being together, because that's the name of the game. Keep people separated, right? And keeping people separated is the struggle and challenge to Sun and Leo energy, right? It is a deeper need to grow. Is a deeper need to be very engaged with people and energy. And if you do not satisfy that need, you suppress it, you repress it, you watch TV, you work harder, you work out more, you get smarter, you eat, you do anything and everything to suppress the natural relationship that you have with God. What is the natural relationship that you have with God? The natural relationship that you have with God is sex, but sex is so deep. We should be able to sit and talk and understand sex at its deepest, most intricate, most cosmic understandings, but we don't. So since we don't, we have a struggle, we have a challenge, we have a struggle to find a reason or an idea for which, why am I living on this earth today? Man, I don't gotta ask that question. I don't have to worry about why I exist. I exist to serve and honor my wife. forever. Right? Forever. It don't matter to me. Right? I say that to say a lot of people not there. They really in their relationships like some moralistic or some financial goal. Like, I wish this nigga would get a job that at least pay $15 an hour. I hope that his credit is at least 800. I hope her ass is fat. Hopefully, she ain't this or that, or hopefully he ain't that or that. That's surface level shit, right? And that, even if a person meets all of that criteria, when you reference the deeper aspects of spirituality and really making it make sense, and why are you even interested into it, it reverts back to sex and your ability to be educational about the shit. Not so educational is different from pulling your thing out and just doing crazy stuff, right? Because that's a lower existence of sex. The same way as a painter can draw an intricate portrait of, Muhammad Ali, right? My child can get on there and go blah 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 blah, blah and do some crazy stuff. So when you think about sex and all you want to do is pull your little thing out and go up and down and get your little feel goods on, understand that you just doing this, scribbling and shit. You just following your pleasures, following your emotions, not doing shit, right? Now, understand that you have the same ability within your relationships to create the most beautiful portrait, the most amazing life that you want, right? And I'm getting somewhere with this, but you got to kind of stick with me, right? We struggle so much with creation. We struggle so much with manifestation. We struggle with pervasive glass ceilings. But yet it is hidden within us, the hidden core of what makes us feel good. But if we don't investigate that which makes us feel good, then we are supplementing and doing a whole bunch of grotesque. It's getting to the point of grotesqueness at this point. It's getting worse, right? It's getting worse of what we can do to satisfy that primal need and urge. I see a lot of people, at the beginning of the pandemic, they were referencing how a lot of dildos were being bought and things of that nature. Well, why? Why are a bunch of dildos being bought? It's just, natural, right? Or there's a deeper sexual core need that needs to be satisfied within the individual for a person to even feel whole. But even if you think that a metal or a crystal or a rubber penis is going to complete that actual part of you, then it's deeper than that. So there has to be a deeper plan to what we call relationships, what we call passion, what we call growth. And I'm going to compound everything that I'm saying with each slide. I'll reference different energy, but then I will show you how each of these things say the same thing. And why am I doing that? So you don't leave this video with a misunderstanding of what I'm trying to say. Okay? So down here you have a young lady mooning in the moonlight. So the symbol, according to Elliot Strictly, is that this symbol is kiss my ass, right? Kiss my ass is saying, you know, I got one over on you. You not going to stop me this time, okay? And these are actions that are carried out in secret. This is a hidden plan. And a hidden plan and actions carried out in secret are just the truth of your sex life. It's the transparency of your sex life. It's the transparency of your desires and passions and your ability to be so honest and open. Now, for a second, let's digress for a second. Let's imagine you, not imagining the person across the street, what she doing, how she cheating on her husband. Let's not focus on her. Let's imagine you, right? For 1 second, imagine you in your honest sexual expression. Now imagine the reason for which you have all of these questions and unsureties and anxieties and doubts. An inability to even grasp the most spiritual, mundane aspects of spirituality. Why? Because you are so sexually frustrated. Because you are unable, not because you are unable, because there is no platform. There is no situation for which you to be honest. You're not even able to be honest in your personal relationships about your sexual desires. Tell me, how does that not create confusion? How does that not create a problem? If you can't say I'm attracted to this lady over here, not even I'm attracted to her sexually. Man, I love her personality. I think she is the funniest girl in the world. I would just love to talk to her and just, be up under her all day. And talk to your wife like this. And your wife like, yeah, I can see y'all doing that. I can just see y'all just talking and laughing up all day. I can see that. That's a different level. Okay? And the changes for which we are about to undergo are deeply personal. This is why I called you into the moment of you being authentic about your sexual expression. Of course, if your authenticity of your sexual expression is, I just want to pull it out and show the world. Understand that you are a child, you are a baby, and you just want to scribble all over the place and grow up, right? Tell me about the portrait that you want to create as an analogy to what you can do with your sexual energy, because sex is God, God is sex. This is what this picture in a nutshell is saying. As much sex as you can have, as much understanding that you can have, these women are nursed, meaning that they are healing this man. And I know that's a little deep, but we'll get into the healing aspect of sex, or the healing aspect of the understanding of sex. Right? In your personal relationships. You say that that's your bae. He got a key to your house. He sleep in your bed every single day. But you can't be honest with him. You can't be honest with her. Kiss my ass. Right? Kiss my ass. Right? I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me how you trying to make it work. So this card is the honesty card. This is your honesty. Kiss my ass is me showing my ass. This is who I am. You didn't know this was who I was until you got behind me. Now, kiss my ass. Right? Don't be the person in behind. Be in the deal. So I'll do you one better. If you're not in planning with somebody, not through words, not through ideas, but through action, because this energy is trine Uranus, your planning got to be in lockstep, because the moon is subconscious mind. And generally, what's showing up is everybody's fucking lies. Now you see everybody's lies, and now what actions are you going to do? You obviously have to step away, but how many people are strong enough to do that? I don't know. So part of this, we do this every year. In the real aspect of Sidereal Astrology, in the space of not honoring the Gregorian calendar as a space of honoring ancestors. So when they reference November 1st is the day of honoring the ancestors, October 31st is All Hallows Eve, these are pagan witchcraft rituals that I've never got into it. Even when I was a Christian, I still didn't get into the holidays, because I know these are pivot points for actual evil energies. My energy do not align with holidays at all. They never have, nor they never will. So as a real deep hope for anybody that's listening to this video, for a deeper communication, a deeper understanding of the universe, not just your own petty personal view of your city, town, or personal ambitions. For an understanding of the universe, you participate in Petri Paksha, or Fortnite, right? Not the video game that you can download for free and poison your mind, but the actual practice of a 4-week waning moon process of offerings to your ancestors, whether it be through incense, food, or water. We give these offerings daily through a 16-day lunar period or a 14-day lunar period, however you cut it up. Whether you start Tuesday on the September 1st, whether you start Wednesday, but we are going from the full moon to the new moon. Do you need to participate in this? No. Am I participating in this? Hell yeah. Cause I did it last year and that shit worked like a hobo with a hand glove or whatever Bobby Hemmett say when referencing different spiritual modalities that work and bring you alignment and abundance and information for which you need to get to a whole nother level. So yes, for this full moon, I am participating in this 2-week period, and this is what I want to. Why am I doing this? Because this is a 2-week period where the boundaries between human and spirit worlds are especially fluid, where prayers and offerings to one's departed ancestors can be readily received. And this is not October 31st. That's the smoke screen. That's the 52 fake out. Okay. By that time, the ancestors is long gone, right? We talking about the thinning of the veil over these next 2 weeks. So a lot of these entities and entertainers, they already have passed away. They'll be pulling them at strategic points along the way. Like, guess who else died? Guess who else died? Guess who else died? And these are all different things for which you are going to imagine these entertainment, CGI, fake entertainers, corporate slaves to be ancestors, and they not. They are propagated by Masonic systems, and I'm just gonna leave that alone. But fuck all of that. Deal with your real ancestors. Deal with the real people that got your blood running through your veins right now. I'll be damned if I look at a screen and be like, oh, I'm gonna honor my ancestors. And I got real live ancestors. I got real flesh and blood. I got real live wombs and portals that I need to take care of. I got real live children out here that are aspects of my ancestors. You got me fucked up. You think I'm gonna be looking at some goddamn screen sad. And I know this is all CGI and I know this is all made up. You better start working with your real ancestors, fam. You better start connecting to your land. You better start connecting to the guides that are circumventing around your head right now, fam. Okay? So, at a deeper level, as a human being, there are limits to my understanding. But through the modality of connecting, not through, I wonder if my grandmama is present. I wonder if. No. Ain't no if. It's a definite. It is a absolutely. It is the blood flowing through my veins bear witnesses to my ancestral lineage. So therefore I honor it not through thought. I get my ass up and I prepare a meal. I prepare a nice clean glass of water. A sparkling clean glass of water just like my ancestors would like it. Right? Can't play with this shit. Because a lot of y'all be thinking that y'all conscious mind got it all figured out. You fooling yourself, fam. You fooling yourself. I ain't never got nowhere without I ride the backs of my ancestors like a damn SARTA bus or a damn MARTA bus or a damn DART bus or whatever the bus name, the Metro bus. What's the bus name in your city or town? That's how I be riding through the ancestors. I ain't smart. I ain't smart. Okay? Nor do I act as if engaging with my ancestors is some trivial pursuit that looking at a nigga on YouTube is going to actually access or bring to me. I actually have to get out there and put my feet and hands in the mud. I have to actually meditate on the blood that courses through my body and give ashe and thanks for this moment, okay? And as we participate through these waning moons, we remove any form of ignorance that lives within our being. We let it go. We go within ourselves. We look at our children. You understand? We look at our partner. And we look at our partner and we love everything about them. Right? Because when we make love, guess what? My ancestors are mating with her ancestors, and this is the love that's been foretold for centuries. Y'all need to get a love like that. So this is how this shit becomes sacred. These are how these offerings become sacred. This is how the information becomes everything. A different thing is when you just think that you all of that in a bag of chips and you got it all figured out in your mind. There's a lot of bullshit in there, but I digress. So, shout out to the November mage. I don't know if she's here, but her moon, I'm sorry if I'm revealing too much, but her moon is conjunct the Shatibishak. I ain't gonna say nothing else about your chart, girl. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But I say that to say, one of the first things that I said is I know you a psychic. I know you are a healer. I know you have gifts. So if you have placements in the second decan of Aquarius sidereal, this would be the first decan of Pisces in Western astrology. No matter what, sun, moon, rising, Neptune, Mercury, Mars, don't fucking matter. You got energy in the first decan of Pisces Western, second decan of Aquarius sidereal. You are a healer. You have powers, my G. Figuring out what planet is in alignment with that actual decan will indicate the powers that you particularly have. Figuring out what house it is in will figure out what powers you actually have. But figure out your powers, right? Your powers are hidden in complex functioning knowledge. So when we think about the shit that we need to get done, right? When we think about all of the shit that we gotta do, I gotta do this. Oh, I don't know real estate. I don't know Forex. I don't know this. I don't know that. I don't know astronomy. I don't know astrology. Hood, I got your books. I don't understand it. Oh, I'm in the Dr. Sabi's class. I'm in this class. I listen to the blue pill and the red pill and the pharaoh and the this and the that and the that and the da. What the fuck are you doing, fam? What are you doing? Absorbing information that ain't gonna get you nowhere. I was listening in that video and she said this, and I was listening to that video and he said that, and this, that, and the third. What the fuck are you doing? See, I'm here to, when I was listening to everything, I was like, I got a headache, because over this past week I was just listening. I was listening to everybody's videos with a notepad and a paper. And it dawned on me, like, man, these niggas don't know shit. These niggas are swinging at whatever, hoping that they hit. Fuck all that. Listen. There's a hidden and complex functioning knowledge and system that predates your conscious mind. There is a power that is in the reservoirs in your being that can be accessed through the modality of meditation and concentration. Oh, hood, I hate meditating. Oh, hood, I don't like meditating. Oh, hood, I can't think straight. I don't want to meditate. Look, I don't give a fuck, fam. It don't matter to me whether you can meditate or not meditate, because it's your life. I'm just telling you what it is. When you want to bring changes in your life, you have to meditate on the hidden realities that exist within the world and change that shit, right? You can't change it from the actual surface. The surface is, oh, I hate my job. Oh, I hate this nigga. Oh, I can't stand my baby mom. Why don't my kids sit down? I don't like this. My house is too small. This is that. That is third. Now you focusing on the actual external, superficial, already done manifested shit. Why'd you plant the seed? And why do you keep planting the seed? Because as you walk along in the present, you are just constantly setting seeds, right? This is why it's very important to not say your affirmations in the mirror. Where do you say your affirmations at? Walking in the ground barefoot. Because as you say it, you imagine the seed implanting in the ground. And as it works with nature, as it works with the Empress, as it works with the Divine Feminine, these things grow naturally. You think that the Empress is gonna look at the tree like, all right, I ain't fucking with this tree. This is an oak tree. I ain't fucking with no oak tree. Oh, it's an oak tree. Let's go. It's a rose bush. Let's go. It's a damn dandelion. Let's go. It's a weed. Let's go. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna grow weeds in this motherfucker. I'm gonna grow grass. I'm gonna grow trees. I'm gonna grow bushes. I'm gonna grow lettuce. I'm gonna grow tomatoes. I grow whatever the fuck you give me. Right? That's a hidden and complex functioning of knowledge that, I'm sorry, y'all, Black Panther don't got shit to do with, okay? I'm sorry. It don't got nothing to do with it because that's surface shit. It's been surface shit since 2016. And of course, I've been referencing this shit, monitoring this shit, observing the boule and how they play. And I don't care. I'm in my own life. I'm in my own world. I'm creating my own reality. Fuck the Marvel Cinematic Universe, fam. That ain't for me. That's for whoever want to buy into that shit. I'm good. Right? The mysterious understanding of life and death. Look, we got to go through this shit personally, fam. It's people in your life that's going to pass away. It's people close to you that will transition. Are you prepared for that shit? Or are you triggered to just feel sad when people go in transition? Because if you are triggered to feel sad when people transition, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. And you might as well get under the covers now. They say that in Egyptian or Kemetic understanding, they talked about death first. They talked to children about death first. Why? Because that's the shit that you're going to have to deal with down here. Forget everything else, right? Death is what you have to deal with. Life is what you have to deal with. And what governs life and death? Scorpio, what is that? Sex? What is life? Sex? Oh, shit. For which I am a portal for my ancestors that have transitioned previously. Oh, man, it gets deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. And so since it gets so deep, where is the weed at? Where's the drugs at? Where's the perks at? Where's the alcohol at? I can't take it here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I hate it here. I really want to make love, but I don't know how to make love. I don't even know how to do that no more. I've been masturbating so long, I don't even know what love is. I've been thinking that I thought that I was going to sit here and masturbate my whole life and just be cool with that shit. I thought that was going to subside everything in my existence. You got me bent. You ain't think that the rubber was ever going to meet the road? You thought that being in a relationship where you wasn't sexually satisfied and you not even able to verbalize that shit and create change through your verbalization, you thought by suppressing it, it was going to get better? Oh, shit. You better deal with yourself. You better deal with your feminine energy. You better deal with the blood coursing through your vein, because the blood coursing through your veins that's accessed through meditation, it's a lot of solutions in that shit. It's a lot of rights in that shit, right? So let's deal with this a little further. So the deity that sits on top of this actual energy is Varuna. That's this dude down here. Now Varuna has an opposite deity, which we know as Mitra. Now Mitra and Varuna are said to be the protectors of righteous orders of Rita, or RTA. Google Vedic RTA. Now Vedic RTA is the principle of natural order, which regulates and coordinates the operation of the universe and everything within it. So basically what I'm saying is that this energy is a gateway to operating the natural order of what regulates and coordinates everything. And so what politics do, they tell you that you're not good enough. And so you participate in politics unwittingly. So another thought that I was having in was that all of this shit was political. Every single thing from 2016 to 2020 was political. every death, every perceived death, every perceived ritual, every perceived thing that was flashed across our face was for politics, for liberal arts, right? But not liberation. And I thought, why? Why are they doing all of this shit for politics? Because politics deal with rights. So by participating in politics and not knowing my rights, I automatically give these particular policy holders my rights. So where we get our pride, which comes from psychological operations. I ain't forgot that James Brown told me that I was black and I was proud, which was a complete and total lie. I ain't forget that shit. I ain't forget that. I forgot all art was political. All art is political. All art is political. And when you talk about the policies, you're talking about the rights. And I know this is a deep conversation, but say, for instance, your rights just put a blanket over who you are in totality. But taking off that blanket is your actual connection to everything. But you just lose it because you Democrat or Republican. You black or you white. Black and white are political statements. They're not biological points of view, because my daddy could be black and my mama could be white, and now I have to make a decision. Am I black or white, or am I black and white? But however I navigate that actual decision is a political statement that I'm going to fill out and check on some box. What do it actually mean in the space that I got a black daddy that I love and I got a white mama that I love? Not a damn thing. Oh, other black people is going to look at me mean, and other white people is going to look at me mean and call me a mud and call me a mulatto. But what do I choose? You don't choose shit unless you want to play politics, because I can choose to be white. How about that? My black ass can say that I'm white because it's a social status. It's not a biological fact. Uh-oh. You choosing to be black. You choosing it. You choosing it. It's a social thing. Okay? So when you reference rights, it's not nothing to do with white or black. It's something completely outside of this. These are natural rights, legal rights, but then there are cosmic rights. What comes first, the chicken or the egg, they ask. The legal rights, do they come first, or do the cosmic rights come first? I'll let y'all sit with that and think about that for a second. A second has passed. The cosmic rights come first. Y'all ain't know that. The cosmic rights come first, then the legal rights come second. Meaning that I knew that my wife was my wife, so therefore I do the legal thing. I don't do the legal thing first and then try to find the cosmological patterns. They got this thing on YouTube or Netflix right now called Indian Wedding or Indian Matchmaker, and it's all talking about Sidereal and Vedic astrology. I think y'all should watch it, right? Because this will get you into the space of actually dealing with your actual partner, as opposed to hoping that this shit pans out. I really do hope it work out this time. That'd be a horrible aspect to be in a relationship in 2020 with your fingers crossed in quarantine with somebody that you ain't really 100% sure about. I'll pass. Okay. So even deeper, we're referencing the metal netter. This is the last slide. I told you I wouldn't keep y'all here for a long time. But we have to address this energy of Seker, or the energy of Seker. And this is taken from Metal Netter Volume 1. And I'm going to be utilizing this for a whole moon cycle. So for the next 13 moons, we will be referencing Egyptian netterus that are associated with these particular moon cycles. So for the Capricorn and Aquarius moon cycle, we have the energy of Seker. And so we'll explain this a little bit further, but of course I won't be saying anything new. I'll be saying the same shit that I've been saying. So make sure you have your pen and paper handy and you have your questions ready, because we will be starting a Zoom after this slide. I will put the link up after I take me a little break. But Seker. So if you want a correspondence for Seker in Europa, you deal with the energy of Babaluaye. How do we know that this energy is right and exact? Because in the Encyclopedia of Spirits by Judica Illis, this is the energy of the god of disease. Okay? The god of the disease. And what do we know about 2020, ladies and gentlemen? What is this the year of? Coronavirus! Coronavirus, because first it was smallpox and then it was AIDS and now it is coronavirus. Okay, so in the Yoruba E5, this is the energy of Babaluaye. In the Hindu Kush energy, we are talking about Kali. Kali is the divine mother, but is also a more destructive and protective form of the divine mother. But these are just all correspondence to the energy of Seker. In Kabbalah, we are referencing the energy of Binah. Binah is the feminine aspect of Saturn. So in the womb of creation, this is what we are referencing. We are referencing the womb of creation. And instead of just having an eargasm off the concept of womb and creation and not dealing with the actual physiological elemental breakdown of what the womb of a creation is, that's what we are here. We are here to discuss what the womb of creation is. And of course, we have the number 13, which is the witchy number, right? Friday the 13th, but it's also the 12 zodiacs or the 13 zodiacs, depending on how you look at it. Sidereal gang, what up? The colors are indigo, which is a bluish, purplish, blackish color, or just to make it simple, the energy of black. And I use all of these numbers and correspondences if you are interested in doing offerings or getting a deeper energy or a deeper correspondence with the energy of Seker. So when do you look to the energy of Seker in reference to the Metu Neter? When do you reference these? You reference Seker during the time of the full moon in Aquarius. Okay, sidereal full moon in Aquarius, to be clear. The book makes that clear. What herbs and oils am I going to be burning over this next 2-week period, ladies and gentlemen? You already know I got the myrrh oil and the cypress oil on deck. I'm not selling it, I'm making it, but this is some personal, and that's how you gotta get down. You gotta make your own oil sometime. You gotta make your own herbals. If you don't have a pestle and mortar, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you don't have a cauldron, I don't know what's wrong with you. You gotta have these spiritual tools. You gotta engage in your spiritual work. The pestle and mortar rather is the masculine and feminine energy. The pestle is the penis, while the mortar is, well, I might have that backwards, but one is the penis and the other one is the womb of creation, right? And you mix that thing up and man, you get things done. Stop playing with your magical practices. Okay. What is the spiritual function of Seker? Divine law and order, right? This is the cosmic root of existence. This is everything for which we are brought out of. There are melanated people who are connected to nature that are surviving and existing through the divine feminine. There are melanated people who don't give a shit about nature and live disconnected from this particular energy. Whenever we decide to connect to the divine feminine will feed us the same way she does with weeds and and dandelions and you name it. This energy is everything is right. And if it's not happening for you, you are not connecting. Don't tell me that you are connecting and it's not working out for you. Don't tell me you out in nature connecting to the abundance that all nature presides and provides and things just ain't working out for you. No, tell me that you stressed out. Tell me that you're not connected. Tell me you worried about all of this surface shit and you still trying to figure it out. Because the surface tells you that it's wrong. Something is wrong. I hate this world. I don't like it here. Da 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 da. But you're not connecting. So of course you're gonna think like that. Of course you're gonna feel like that. All things are controlled by spiritual forces. All things are controlled by spiritual forces. Now, I'm thinking maybe a guided meditation to assist in the overall understanding of what I'm trying to reference, but y'all gonna have to stop focusing on this bullshit. I was gonna come here, I was trying to figure out, should I reference all the bullshit that's been happening? But I don't want to talk about all the bullshit that's been happening. I want to talk to the people, but I want to figure out what do I need to say? I don't know what I need to say. I'm trying to figure out what I need to say. And this is what I need to say. Get off the bullshit. Get off the bullshit and focus on your actual, not yours, it's not yours, our spiritual forces that maintain the universe. Connect to the spiritual forces that maintain the universe, period. Period. Don't they end with a T, not a D? Period. Okay? We do not make plans we will follow. We simply seek to understand the spiritual structures of our life. What is our blueprint? What is our expression saying? What is our subconscious mind saying? What is our creativity saying? And how are we honoring the different parts of ourselves daily? Versus suppressing these things, versus not even paying attention to the structure. We are just simply paying attention to the world that we don't like, for which we didn't even create. You're not supposed to like it here. You're supposed to hate it until you create it. I'll be on some shit, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Okay? Because in real life, this is concentration of the spiritual matrices that create the physical world and not its emanation. So I need you to meditate on some shit other than yourself. I need you to see the grids. I need you to see the matrices. I need you to see the veils, my ladies, my goddesses, my oracles. I need you to focus on the grid systems. I need you to focus on the ley lines. I need you to heal us. I need you to bring positive energy to the planet. Because if y'all not going to do it, ain't nobody going to do it. If y'all gonna sit here and play flim flam and win win with these motherfuckers, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know they don't want you to hear what I gotta say. I've been shadow banned since my Black Panther video. I've been shadow banned since then. But I'm here today, presently, for the moment. And if you don't hear nothing I gotta say, deal with this matrix. Change this fucking matrix. Get with it. You are more than enough. You are way more powerful than your present circumstances. By simply bringing your mind to the grid system, by bringing your minds to the ley lines. Fuck voting at City Hall. Tap into the grids and the ley lines and the energy centers that the powers that be are tapped into. Because there ain't no power but your power. The difference between a person who is invading is that they have to create the masquerade, they have to create the structure, they have to create the statue. The people who are brought forth from these energy ley lines, they just simply have to think on it. They just have to know that that's what they can do. You just have to know that you can do it. And go there and change this motherfucker. Okay? I hope y'all hear me. Now, a lot of people was going to say, well, Hood, I hate meditating. I don't like to meditate. But I hate this job. I hate this girl. I hate this life. I hate this car. I hate everything, but I hate to meditate. So when you lack the ability to concentrate, you won't create a plan because you so fixated with your hate and your sadness, you giving it time. I just need to get over it. When I get over it, I'll be better. I'll do changes later. Are you sure later is going to be here? Are you sure about that? Has the world give you the example that later is a guaranteed premise for you or me? It hasn't given me that. For which death before it was famous, before it was popular, right? When death used to hurt people, right? That triggered me to appreciate every single moment and value every single moment as much as I can, because I forget sometimes. But within that, it gave me a deeper understanding of those who have transitioned. And in its most practical, normal senses, the reality of those who transition is that they give me other information that my mind can't even fathom. For which it gives me then a deeper platform for me to express these ideas. And not even express these ideas to y'all, but live my life in a way of knowing and guidance and appreciation and knowing when to hold them, knowing when to play them, knowing to hit, knowing when to stand. That's very important. But am I the richest, most prominent psychic in the world? Absolutely not. Do I have limits? Yes. But how should I feel about my limits, ladies and gentlemen? How should you feel about your limits today? Right? How should you feel about your inability to live in your own house, or not have a car, or not have the things that you absolutely need, not have the finances that you have today? How do you actually deal with it? You begin to love your limits. You love your structures. Why? Because ain't shit you gonna do about it now. You might as well change your vibration. You might as well change your frequency and sustain that frequency and vibration. Why? Because Venus is in Cancer. Venus needs love. And that love is then triggered by change. And as things change, things will get better. However, if you focusing on the fact that you don't have it, or you're limited, or you have particular structures, well, you're not no different from nobody in the whole damn planet. We all are encased in bodies which present a limit to us all. But the masters learn to go outside of their bodies and do what? Deal with the energetic grids and creation systems that we have access to, not by anything less than our minds. So, a real quick understanding, if you have trouble with meditating, or if you meditate just to be cool. I meditated for 5 hours. Well, what did you get done? Nothing. I just meditated. I just sat in a room and did nothing and said nothing. Well, you literally did, like, when my kids be like, what you doing? And they be like, nothing. I'd be like, you can't do nothing. Well, this nigga is an example of nothing, just meditating for nothing. I just be meditating because, they said to meditate on YouTube, so I'm meditating. No. So real quick, we are living in our lives, and we're going forward, and we're moving outward, and we see everything externally. For a second, stop. And maybe life will have you stopping anyways. Figure where you're going. Now imagine you're in a car, you're in a vehicle, and you're driving, and now you're at a rest stop, and it's a gas station, it's a food place, it's a goddamn travel agency, or whatever the case may be. And now you get to recalibrate, you get to redesign, you get to make sure, because this is so important. On your spiritual journey, you will change and you will grow, and your needs will change and they will grow, and your inability to express them will show you how limited you can be in your spiritual expression. However, if you are able to verbalize the changes in your desires as they come, utilize that moment to find that. I used to want to be a tarot card reader, but now I want to make my own tarot cards. Ashe. I used to want to play basketball, but now I want to create my own basketball league. Ashe. I wanted to have a bank account, but now I want to own a bank. Ashe. Trust that your ideas 2 years ago to now is little basic ass ideas. And trust that your organization and your Aquarian nature, which don't exist with just you, it's a connection between you and your spirit guides, and a connection between you and your spirit family. And if I got my goals and you got your goals and she got her goals and all y'all got all y'all personal goals, then we ain't going nowhere, fam. But if we are all bringing our energy to the grid and we get in that download of the direction that we need to go, it ain't no question of the roles that we all need to take. But we all know our roles and we all know our directions. We all just meeting up at this rest stop here. Okay? And we all can bear witness and know we don't know the direction of where we're going, but we know that we are going the direction for which our souls is telling us to go, and we are following and we are listening clearly. And once you get out of that meditation, let your plans come to you in the moment. Let your connections connect to you in the moment. I don't give a shit. That was the past. You reference in the past. I don't connect to conscious people. I don't got no friends where I'm at. Every dude that cheated on me, every girl that cheated on me, I ain't gonna never find love, hood. That was the past. That was before you began to connect to the grid, because you didn't know that you could actually manifest. You could plant the seed of a positive relationship in this moment. But if you do not plant the seed and you simply tell me about how bad it was with Jerome's ass, that's not going to help. And you actually planting a seed for a Jerome part 2. It gets worse. Coming to theaters everywhere soon. So basically, we're just simply trying to get you out of this mental matrix of a universe, no matter what you see, and get into your own personal, ancestral, cosmic lineage that is not going to be talked about on YouTube. It ain't going to be talked on Disney Plus. It ain't going to be talked about in the circles of government and politics, and not in the reference of in your best interest. So make this universe be a part of your best interest. Be a part of the universe. Tap into your cosmic right. If you don't have cosmic right, then why are you even listening to me? Tap into the underlying structures of this universe because you can. Now, initially, if you're not apt to meditating and you're not apt to concentrating, you just let your thoughts take over your life, this will be hard. But a more simpler way is just to rest and relax. Listen to your best music. Get into your most comfiest bed or your comfiest couch and just take a damn chill pill, right? And these are all spiritual functions for which Seker represents. And I've just really felt like it was beautiful. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And of course, let me get this link. And we can talk about this further. And I'll get everything. And for some reason, this Zoom has a passcode. And the passcode will be included in this. So go ahead and join me on the Slack if you can, or if you would, or if it's giving you any trouble. And I'm going to go ahead and take my little break. And I'll be right back with you, fam. right, all right. Hold on one second. These kids be having the TV on blast. Miss Lady, are you there? Peace, peace. What's going on? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. You got any questions, comments, or concerns? Uh huh, uh huh. Eh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Sure, sure. And what ways, if you don't mind me asking, and I'm gonna bring your audio on here real quick. So, in what ways are you able to help? You there?
Oh yeah. I paused and started thinking.
Sure.
Mm, in what ways am I able to help? You know,
Yeah.
I I guess I already help everyone with you know their health and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And with I guess you could call me.
Okay. A
So
cat.
I'm good for. I notice if I come into a catalyst, get things going. Things start to boil. I notice when I come around. So, or
Hmm.
people tend to, if they were having some issues mentally or whatever, they
Mm-hmm.
they 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 get better. They start to focus more,
Mm-hmm.
and I notice they start. Well, yeah, they turn to the dark night of the soul. I notice I
Mm-hmm.
tend to bring the dark night of the soul. That's what it is.
Okay.
I
And that would be
notice that a
a
lot.
very helpful thing, and hopefully like throughout this process you create like a system of like a safe traveling through the dark night of the soul, which would be extremely Sekarian, if I would say, dealing with like Saturn and the energy of Saturn and just the energy of the divine feminine and the just more or less of a darker aspect of the divine feminine, which would be like the dark night of the soul, but the feminine nature would be that of a protective and guided system. So I just offer you a suggestion in becoming more marketable and more clear on how you can help people in the aspect of navigating them through the dark night of the soul, and also maybe suggesting why a dark night of the soul might be a positive experience versus a dreaded experience, right?
Mm, yes. Yes. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like
Yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah. But
Okay.
there,
Because you're right. Because everyone seems to be so scared.
yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And if you
Okay.
come up with something, let me know, and we can have like a build like this on the channel, because I'm all for Dark Night of the Soul and Jungian psychology and things of that nature. And I don't like to be the only one to kind of have them conversations. So if you want a platform for which you could, verbalize and, extend your help and aid to people in a structured way and even in a marketable way, you could use me as a resource.
Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you. I will think further on it. I will.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
No problem. Peace. Meditate on it.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you. Okay, but stick around though, Miss Lady. Stick around.
What's
I
happening,
know.
Hood?
Chilling, man. I've been seeing you make a lot of noise and a lot of moves, man. Talk to me.
You know
Tell me
what?
something nice.
Do you know what's funny as well, right? I'm just following off the back of partly the encouragement that we had through the summer as far as all the discussions we had back in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to talk to you about this upcoming new moon because you know what? Actually, we were talking about the colors that you're trying to put through in terms of the comedic side of things. We're
Mm-hmm.
talking about Seker. Myself
Mm-hmm.
and my house, we have encountered lately, and I mentioned it in the Slack.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we've encountered this mythical creature, the unicorn. It's been a constant archetype across the course of the past 2, 3 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of lore in terms of folklore, in terms of where that creature comes from. I wanted to hear kind of what your perspective is. The reason I
Mm.
mentioned it, because the colors of the unicorn that have manifested on my part and my flatmate's part have been indigo/purple and black,
Mm-hmm.
which were the
Okay.
two colors you mentioned
So let me
previously.
ask you a question, right? Are you familiar with the coat of arms for the United Kingdom?
Of course, man. You know that's exactly where I'm at. So that's why that's exactly why we're bringing it up because we're
Okay.
here knee deep, and
Okay.
it's part of
I
our
just
first
needed
part
I
of the
just
life.
needed you to I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page as far as that is concerned because
Yeah,
if we look closer at the actual unicorn, what is it actually what is the circumstance that we find the unicorn in?
Well, this is the point,
It's
man, and that was actually what I asked my flatmates. I was like, "What was happening when you found this?
mhm,
When you felt this?" And
mhm,
they were in a forest, ironically, a forest which has a lot of mythical energy attached to it, of which I
mhm,
can testify myself.
mhm.
Myself, I was watching a comic book. I don't know if you or a manga. I mean,
Mhm.
an anime rather. I don't know if you're familiar with Gundam Wing.
I heard of it. I'm not 100% familiar with it. You can enlighten me.
Gundam Wing essentially is set in the future,
Mhm.
in a time where the civilization is in a point of separation between Earth and colonies.
Mhm.
Now, this particular manifestation of Gundam Wing was a re-update into 2010, and it's
Mhm.
called Mobile Suit Black Unicorn. You understand? So, like, with those two
Mhm.
synchronicities, and I saw your live come through, and then stronger heads prevailed. And I
Mhm.
thought, let me just tap in,
Mhm.
see what's cooking, and
Yeah.
here I am, brother.
Yeah, I
Here I
would
am.
definitely say, right? So, from the coat of arms, the unicorn is chained up, right? So, I
Yeah.
know that that references, of course, but when you do coat of arm research, you have people that look like you, Shaka. You know, like literally, like looking like you on the coat of arms. Fair to say?
No, no,
Like your
no, brother.
brethren, like your whole family is on coat of arms, just all throughout Europe. Like you know what I'm saying. So where you might feel like you are a visitor, right? You are a visitor based on particular rights. The reality is that you are a unicorn and you are chained. Now, the human mind is not looking at a lion and looking at a unicorn as physical realities. They are using it as a smokescreen for humanity. And when you reference that actual unicorn in the space and time that you're referencing, it ain't like you're in North Carolina or somewhere right now. You actually are in the UK. So with that aspect and you actually seeing this motif, I can clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, say that that unicorn is representing your ancestral energy that has been chained down for centuries. And if you're seeing it out and about, roaming around the forest, that means that that unicorn is two things: home and free. So your reality in alignment with this actual indigo unicorn, the unicorn is just your pineal gland. You will see that other you will see this what you would
I was
call
thinking
trope
chat.
in this Necronomicon movie called From Beyond, where the pineal gland like gets out of your brain, it points out of your head, and that's just like the unicorn. But this is all symbolism of you and your family and your overall truth of who you are, not the perceived narrative that we are given, but the real to real. That unicorn is not chained up any longer. That unicorn is free. So you can actually hop on that joint and take a ride around the universe if you like.
For real. And the irony is really and truly, I resonate with exactly what you're saying, because I'm feeling that exact energy at this moment, a feeling of being shackled in chains, yet at the same time knowing that I'm a free man. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost, it's so hard to kind of reckon with sometimes because of the nature of the fact that we're trying to transmute these energies on a day-to-day basis. You know, as much as I have a hermetic aspect to myself, at the end of the day, going forward, when we move, this is for the people. It's not just about us as individuals. And we have to engage in these realms on a regular basis. And during that time, I'm just kind of wary, purely for the fact that as of this upcoming full moon, I'm going to be running an R&D and exploration into natal charts for a select group of 7 individuals in my life. And we're going to be taking over the course of the next 28 days, kind of just exploring our charts as one. And then in turn, obviously, we're going forward. The idea being that I'm able to pass them on to you as well, if they need assistance and so on and so forth. But coming up to this point, bearing in mind that we understand that, you know, the unicorn in terms of folklore and old esoteric books, etc., you know, they would talk of using the horn of a unicorn in order to heal, to cast spells, etc. They would talk of the blood of a unicorn, certain aspects. Now, for me, in my understanding, I was only ever aware of the fact that the unicorn was indigenous to the northern hemisphere of our planet, but only to now understand that it's from one of my teachers from here who actually, when I asked him this, he said that really and truly, I can't break this down to you. This is one of those things you got to search for yourself. But what he did say to me was that the unicorn was not just indigenous to the northern hemisphere of Europe, that actually, if we go back in time to even the Greeks imagined unicorns, for example, to exist in ancient India. You get where I'm coming from? So that bearing in mind is something that I'm now just taking with me into this energy and seeing how it's going to all manifest over the next 28 days. But yeah, once again, I just wanted to give you your shout, send my love to the family.
Appreciate it,
I'm
bro.
wondering how has it been going, adding a new family member to the collection.
Man, it's more than I could say, because
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you operating on a level of kind of like ancestry and you know family, that's heavy stuff, man. I can't really wrap my brain around when I reference like my wife and her family and her love is like staying up all night with the newborn and things like that, I be sleep, man. I ain't gonna lie. I be knocked the hell out. You know what I'm saying? And she be up, doing more than I can ever do. Like she delivered the baby, and I'm just kind of like in reverence and awe of my wife at this particular point, and just trying to give her as much support as I possibly can. And the child is perfect, so I'm just just grateful and just grateful, just for all of my children, that they are who they are, and everything, you know everything is a moment of kind of gratefulness and gratitude, because at any moment, any disruption, I still have to find great gratitude and these types of things. So when things are particularly perceived as doing well, it just strengthens my gratitude, man. So family, children, wife, I'm forever indebted, because they give me purpose, they give me drive, they've awakened a part of me that I never knew existed. And all of these things that I bring to you guys, is a result of having a family that loves and support me. I've been a young city slicker, on the move and on the go, and I could have done that. I could still do that, but I wouldn't trade it in for nothing in the world, man, to just have a family that is growing and healthy and, happy, and, say what's up, dad, and these types of things. It just blows my mind. Every single thing, bro. It's just not a point where it's just like, everything is amazing, is a simple way of me saying that.
I fully hear you, brother. I fully hear you. And I also want to say, like you've really inspired me in terms of having a sense of belief in the concept of being able to really find like that love of family. Like
Man.
I'm not talking from the perspective, that
Yeah, I
perspective of
get
which
you.
we felt,
Yeah, I
like
get
we're
you.
fuck them all at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
yeah,
But
yeah.
reality is true, it can
mm,
be, but
yeah,
boy,
yeah.
the work,
I
you
got
know.
that part in me, man. I'm more of a, a hound dog, if I be honest with you, So
Yeah,
the actual temperance of my lower nature and the realization of a relationship, being with a woman that loves me, is not an easy thing to accomplish, and it's not something that
it's
is
a great
something.
work.
Yeah,
It doesn't end.
yeah, it's very, very, very tedious. It's very, 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 what I would say, challenging, but
Mm.
it's not something that I'm like, yo, get you a woman, because this shit is just a cakewalk. It challenge you in ways that it's like, I tried to tell somebody about, like, watching your wife have a baby is the most hardest thing, because, like, what do we do as men, even if it's a girl that you don't know, and you see her like getting beat up or something like that, you like, no, like, you're not about to hit this woman, because instinctively, naturally, we don't want to see the women that we love in pain. But how if you're not like ready for that, you have to be there while your wife is in pain. So like, that's hard for me to say. Yeah, man, go get a relationship, bro. This is some cool ass shit. No, man, you gotta test some boundaries, man. But like any type of working out, you get stronger and you live to talk about it, and hopefully you get to, it's an inner process though, Shaka. Like, you got a perfect little situation that will continue to remain perfect however it presents itself to you. Stay in that perfection, stay in that bliss. You know what I'm saying? Stay in that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it manifests, because you probably don't want this, man.
And it's funny, this
You might
time
want to
around,
keep them coming in and out for a while.
appreciate time when people like yourself have children already. My brothers and sisters have children. My friends have children. I'm already the uncle out here.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I
that's
mean?
that's
So
the way to go, man.
I'm gonna have to keep it rolling with that for at least 8 years.
Yeah, man. Take your time, man. I tell all the young men.
know them ones.
Yeah.
Really and truly. Uh,
Take your
but yeah,
time,
man.
man. But when you do have it, appreciate it and love it. But don't seek it out, you know? Don't look for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't look for it. Just let it come to you, man.
For real. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, man. I'm glad to have connected today, brother.
Oh, yeah, man. Let me know,
Really.
man. I want to know about that radio station, man. When the next time you going on again? When the next time you
Listen,
go on?
I tell you what, I'm gonna shout you outside of this, and we're
Hmm.
gonna talk because I'm gonna need your assistance when it comes to dealing with these students over the next 28 days.
Okay, yeah.
Best believe I'm gonna chat to you in due course. But really and truly, this is just to show love for everything you're doing. We see you, brother.
Hmm.
Keep on going. Keep going. Don't
Hmm.
even stop.
Oh,
Don't
no.
stop. Delivering the great work, my brother.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah,
We're
no worries.
resonating here in London, and there's people all over the globe doing just the same.
Yeah. No worries, man. I'm
Yes.
gonna keep it going, man. It's a real powerful time, man. So I'll be looking forward to your shout, and I'm trying to, just support you in any way that I can, Shaka.
Got you, brother. And I'm here for you too, my G.
All
Don't
right,
forget
man.
that.
No
Send
problem, man.
regards to and the fam, yeah?
Yeah, man. Thank you.
One love.
All right, man. Peace. So I guess that'll be a rapture for the boy and the family. I'm gonna go see about everything that's going on around the house. I really do appreciate y'all. Go ahead and give this a like, share, and a subscribe. We talked about a lot of things, so if you didn't catch this on a replay. But go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all on the flip side, man. Peace.